1.5 billion?
1.5 billion.
From that one movie?
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious is incredibly successful. They've made like 9 billion overall.
Top 5 Face Off contains adult themes and language that some people may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
He's Matt Hurst.
He's Matt Squirrell.
And this is Top 5 Face Off, the official world ranking of everything. What are we ranking today, Hurst?
Well, Squirrel, today we're going to be ranking the top 5 Fast and Furious movies.
That's coming right up after this.
If there's more than one, then there's a best and a worst. If there's more than 5, call Squirrell and Hurst. It's the top 5 face-off. Actual fact. It's the top 5 face-off. Facts are exact. Top 5 face-off. Top 5 face-off. Official world ranking. What's next? You decide.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, rankers. Welcome back to the show. And for any new rankers, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Squirrel, for any of our new rankers, why don't you tell them what we do here and, of course, why we do it?
Well, hello, new rankers. I think we should stop calling them rankers and start calling them family. What do you reckon?
It's all about family.
Hello, mi familia. Welcome to Top 5 Face Off. Yes, indeed, we are going to talk about the top 5 and the worst Fast and Furious movies. And then you can visit our website, www.top5faceoff.co.uk, and vote for which of us is correct, because one of us is always correct. And whoever gets the most votes will be entered into the official world ranking. Forever, Hurst. Forever.
Yeah, it's a valuable resource for the Times. Not the newspaper, obviously, for the actual Times. We don't get straight onto business because, of course, we're British. So what's been going on?
I've been gallivanting, Hurst. And apologies, rankers, because this episode is a week late because of my gallivanting. Much like Vin Diesel and his chums, I've been all over the world, Hurst. Well, kind of.
And it's good of you to, take the blame for it being late, but don't forget, I also had 23 hours and 6 minutes of drivel to watch.
23 glorious hours.
The longest and slowest hours I can remember for some time. And
the fastest and most furious hours of my life.
Yes, right, because this is probably the episode on which we disagree most vehemently. We are absolutely at opposite ends of the spectrum on our feelings towards the Fast and the Furious.
So good.
So belt up. Strap in for a good one.
Well, they never strap in, or they very rarely strap in, do they, on Fast and Furious?
No, they don't wear helmets, they don't wear seatbelts. No. But it doesn't matter because they're indestructible, so why would they?
Yes, which is fine. We'll come to this. We'll get back to this. We're not talking about anything.
I think there's a cross section of the rankers that are going to really enjoy this. I base this on the fact that when I had drinks with Jazzy and Kovac, wonderful number ones, it was made clear that my fury powers their day. So finding things that are going to annoy me did seem to be important, especially to Kovac. So yeah, enjoy this one.
Yeah. I don't think anyone does that to me specifically. Not that I can think of. What's the most recent one I hated? Well, ABBA, we both hated that.
Yeah, we did.
There's just so ABBA. Much of it.
I mean, we might as well skip straight to what's gripping your shit, because this is gripping my shit well hard. Yeah, an absolute dead wasted time for me, that one. So ABBA has been usurped by the Fast and the Furious. I longed for the days of ABBA.
Wow,
I wished for some more Spice Girls albums.
Well, the Spice Girls weren't great, but at least they were blessedly short. Yeah. Only the 3 albums from the Spice Girls. We're reminiscing a lot on today's cast, I believe the kids call it.
Ranker time.
Valuable time, which is great because people behind the curtain rankers, it's Monday afternoon/evening. I've got to edit this before Wednesday. So let's just chat away.
Speaking of which, I am really close to finishing editing that episode that I still owe the rankers.
Shit.
Although if I can figure out how to do it, I am going to type up all of my synopses of the films and put them on Patreon so people can read my ire for even the ones that they don't hear about today.
You mean, I thought you were talking about the Patreon special, but now you're talking about this, but you were talking about the Patreon special.
I was talking about the Patreon special, and then I digressed and thought I've been thinking about what I can offer the rankers as some kind of compensation for not doing this in any kind of a timely manner. And that's one of the things I thought of. Anyway, let's move forward. What happened last time? Did we have any interest in our listies event idea, or did everyone ignore that completely?
I haven't been through the comments yet, so I guess we're going to find out together.
Oh, should we do that then?
Who do you think the first comment might be from, Hurst?
Well, I don't think Kovac has got up early twice just to get first comment, so I'm going to hedge my bets on Meg 98.
Meg 98.
Excellent.
Winning by an inch or a mile, winning's winning, as we know, Hurst, and she crossed the line first with a vote for me, which simply says, this is for saying dairy milk is better than Galaxy. Oh, no, that's what you did. You did that, so she's voted for me. Okay. No. Yeah, I got to agree that Galaxy's best.
I don't know that I'd said that, but... Yeah,
you
okay.
did, you
I
put
like Galaxy
the
better
Dairy
than
Milk McFlurry higher than the Galaxy McFlurry, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, only because it was the original. They didn't have Galaxy as the original. It was an OG thing.
Oh.
I agree with you, Meg 98. I like Galaxy better.
But you didn't put this high on your list.
Yeah. I like the consistency. If Galaxy could have been consistently there against Dairy Milk, I'd have taken it, but it wasn't.
I see.
Because also I'd choose Dairy Milk over Smarties if I was eating them as a chocolate, but within the McFlurry universe, it's a different story.
Well, if that affects your vote, Meg, let me know. Otherwise, we'll carry on. We have one from Majuli. She's voting for you, Hurst. She says, love, love, love a McFlurry, only by them and coffee. Thanks, Majuli.
Yeah, legit.
That's a throwback. That movie was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus. Here we are, Hurst. Another one for you. I missed voting last time, but it's great to hear that the season of Hurst is in full swing. Great. It can clearly carry on just fine without me. Honestly, even if it wasn't such a monumental season of Hurst, I'd still have voted for him. Turns out I like McDonald's food about as much as Hurst does. I've never been the biggest McDonald's fan, and I think it might go back to a childhood birthday party there where I didn't get picked to go on the kitchen tour.
Oh my God. On your birthday? That is outrageous.
Or they were at a birthday. That's unclear.
Okay. If it was your birthday and you didn't get picked, then, man, you have every right to be furious.
A clearly defining moment for young me. I had a much better experience at a Wimpy party around the same age, though. Not only did I meet Mr. Wimpy himself, but Haley Fox was also there. Which instantly made it the superior fast food experience. No contest. That's from the vision with another Haley Fox name drop. We love Haley Fox.
Yeah, man. I hope she listens and will get in touch.
I hope she lives up to the name.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that must be all for me by now. I'm imagining this is a landslide because I only chose McFlurry.
Yes. This one is for me. My heart and my true loyalty lies with Monsieur Hurst. But I also believe in being fair and true. That is the point of the podcast. This time round, the burger in all its variety and greatness speaks for itself. So my vote is for Squirrell. I have faith in the season of Hurst, but you got to earn it, son. That's from Rachel, and she gives you a kissy face.
Oh, fuck have I earned it this week, though?
Oh, well, we're going to find out. And it is here when the season of Hurst heareth endeth. One McFlurry within the top 5 I can understand, but positions 2 to 5, it's too much, compadre. I do acknowledge that they are a fine post-burger pud, but the portion size has for sure been getting ridiculously small. Squirrel season has begunneth. A fine top 5. That's for Anonymous. Thanks, Anonymous. I wish I knew who had my back like the vision who has yours. Let me know next time, Anonymous. McFlurry. WTF fuck. It's a Mr. Whippy with crap in it. Vote for Squirrel. Love and hugs, Jane. Thanks, Jane.
Who's Jane? Oh, maybe Carly's friend. She was on. She was on a cruise with her friend Jane. Maybe they were listening then.
Maybe. Or maybe she's just someone off the internet. We do have listeners we don't know.
Either way, welcome, Jane.
Welcome, Jane. Here's one from our friend Ohio over in the States who says, you guys can get fries at KFC? That's what he says. Yeah, I think they don't have fries, right? They have those biscuit things at KFC in America, like more like scones for us. There you are. This one's from Kovac. Hi, Kovac. Not a fan of the McFlurry. Well, that's problematic for you, Hurst. Yeah. Happy to be bribed with food, says Kov. All right, thanks, Kov. And we'll do a couple more. The season of Hurst is over. What a travesty. McFlurries or if Tolkien tried his hand at ice creams. Squirrel aces this, although no mention of the McRib from Money Slinger. Yeah, I didn't really like the McRib. It was all right. Hello, Bedford. Davpaz calling. Oh, dear me. Mere moments after singing the praises of variety, Hurst drops what can only be described as a top 1 list. We must protect the sanctity of the process. Even though his list includes the Big Tasty, which I believe was originally supposed to be a version of the Burger King Whopper, which is a slimy, nasty mess, Squirrel gets the vote. Yeah, you're a slimy, nasty mess, Dapaz.
Oh.
Thanks for your contributions and money.
And vote.
While McFlurries are the better ice cream, Hurst's list is backwards. Also, all ice cream. I love a Filet-O-Fish. That's from Jazzy. Now, oh dear, it's difficult to take you seriously there, Jazzy.
All these people vote for you, and you're getting cocky there because you've won by so much. You're now just chucking votes away because you don't need them anymore.
That's not how it works, Hurst. Our voters are very capable people, and they will not take their personal feelings into account when choosing their... Yeah, fucking hell.
Sure. Remember that episode when I ate on the camera and no one voted me for 5 weeks?
Yeah, that's true. And we'll do the last one here. There's been quite a lot of comments, but we'll do this last one. Hello, boys. Long time, first time. I've been compelled to vote due to the shocking lack of actual food on Hurst's lists. Just shocking. My name is Jenny. P.S. My favourites are the chicken selects, but they're pretty expensive. Thanks, Jenny.
Hey, new listener, Jenny.
Yeah. Well, that's it, Hurst. How do you think you've done?
I think it's going to be pretty close. I'm thinking probably around that sort of 27, 28 on the line.
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah. Hurst, I got 49.
Nice.
You got 5.
Sweet. Don't even care. I stand by my list.
I think we can officially say that this one is over and done with. Do you want to find out what the official top 5 things you can get from McDonald's are, Hurst?
I would love to hear that.
At number 5 is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. Number 4 from the breakfast menu, hash brown. At number 3, a slimy, nasty mess, the Big Tasty. At number 2, fries. Just fries. And at number 1, the classic double cheeseburger. It's official. Fireworks and shit. Yay, cheering crowd.
Congratulations, Squirrell. I mean, I do love a double cheeseburger. That is an admirable number 1. It's the only other thing I would buy at McDonald's. So,
all right.
Beans.
Cool. But we don't need to think about that anymore, Hurst.
That's it. We don't look backwards.
For now, we are on to the glory and the majesty that is the Fast and the Furious.
Yep. I guess we decide who's going first now, don't we?
We do. And to do that, I am going to flip the coin of decision.
Flip it.
How are we going to know who goes first?
That's simple. Squirrels have tails. Heads first.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Smack my new microphone. Oh, shit. Squirrels have tails, son.
Well, it had to happen eventually.
It didn't. Gambler's fallacy, but you'd think it would have done. All right, here we go. I'm going first then. Well, excellent. I am very excited to do this. I watched nearly all of them. I didn't watch them all because I know a couple of them pretty well, so I didn't. But at number 5 for me, Furious 7, which is the 7th movie. No, yeah, probably. Who knows what movie is in the franchise? Furious 7 / Fast and Furious 7. This is the one where Paul Walker died. Let me tell you a couple of facts about it first, Hurst. It was come out in 2015 in April, directed by James Wan. He's directed quite a few of them. It busted out $1.5 billion at the box office. Just,
that is a lot of cash.
Nice one. 190 million budget, roughly.
1.5 billion?
1.5 billion.
From that one movie?
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious
the one when he died, I suppose people were probably...
they've made like 9 billion overall for the whole franchise. It's huge. Anyway, it won the Golden Globe for Best Original Song. It won Best Song at the Critics' Choice Awards, and it won Favourite Movie and Favourite Action Movie at the 2016 People's Choice Awards. Wow.
It's actually, so just to chime in, it's number 9 in the chronological sequence.
Yes, that would make sense.
But there are a couple of like preludes, short films that I didn't include because...
Yes. Oh, you didn't watch? Oh, dear.
No, I only just managed to get through the others.
That is fine.
I had to do multiple sittings for most films. Anyway, sorry, do carry on.
Yes, this one is all right. 7 is the one where Jason Statham turns up as the new bald bad guy, and he is fucking brilliant. But the reason it's here is because the work they did for Paul Walker died halfway through filming that movie, and they had to CGI replace him for the rest of the scenes. It's the most CGI-heavy Fast and Furious there is because of that. And they did a fantastic job. This is back in 2014-15. Some of the scenes you can absolutely tell he's been, scoped in. They brought his brothers in and they kind of filmed it, and then they put Brian over the top with computers. Some of the things you really can't, and that was an incredible achievement back in 2015. So that's why Furious 7 gets on the list. That and bringing Statham in, both excellent things. Obviously, it's not excellent. He died. Very sad at the end, of course, when his car drove off as well, Hurst. Were you wiping away a tear when that happened, I wonder?
You know what? Even though that was one of my least favourite ones, it was torn and it was a low bar. That bit at the end, I did actually write in my notes, nice tribute to Paul Walker.
There we go.
It was.
All right. Number 5, Furious 7.
Right.
Strap in, rankers. Strap in and hit the NOS.
Strap in and put your helmets on. So what I've done for each one is I have written my summary of it. They're quite long, but I had to sit through the film, so you have to sit through this. And I've got a little game for you at the end.
Ooh, for me or the rankers at home?
For you.
Ooh.
I mean, they can play along, obviously. My number 5 is Fast 5. Even though it says they aren't furious anymore, they sure seem it. Here we fucking go. Okay. A bus full of maximum security prisoners drives unescorted down a long wilderness road. 3 fast cars hijack it through a combination of changing gear and playing chicken. The bus full of people is eventually rolled, including the person they're trying to free, by making it run into a now stationary fast car, which miraculously doesn't smash into pieces and kill the driver. Instead, it stays exactly where it is, like it's made out of a mountain. Meanwhile, the bus disintegrates as it continues to roll another 4 or 5 times, Paul Walker smugly smiling the whole time, like he probably hasn't just killed his best mate. This one's happening in Brazil because they're all criminals now that drive like wankers, and America's had enough of their shit. The next action is a ridiculous train heist, but they get double-crossed. Dom comfortably rides being hit with a crowbar, jumps out of the train into the desert in a supercar, definitely destroying it, but next scene it's in perfect condition until they drive it off a cliff. Anyway, turns out a bad guy wanted those cars, so I think that's what this one's all about. The Rock's in this one, so that's a bonus. During the double cross, though, the baddies killed some of his agents and they said it was Dom and Bry. The Rock is pissed and so full of testosterone that he actually changes gear without a car. So now they are stuck between the Rock and a hard place. So the guys come up with a plan to steal the bad guy's money by burning about $10 million of it and saying they're coming for the rest. Cool plan. Would have been just as effective to steal it, but drama. Some Ocean's 11 sort of vibes, a bit cooler than the previous ones. Once The Rock realizes the gang are just misunderstood, he teams up with them for the heist. Can't really remember why, considering he's part of Team America World Police and the plan is clearly very illegal. Anyway, he says his cool guy line, "I'm in. I'll ride with you, Toretto." Does his big muscles handshake like off of Predator, then shoots up a police station in another country.
Yep.
The final chase is utter bollocks, and it made me so angry. They smash through a wall in the basement of a police station using driving, then use more driving to pull it out of the building and escape with it. We then watch 2 cars dragging a 14-ton safe around the streets of Rio. Physics goes completely out the window. The safe wipes out a bank as they go around a corner, but not the chassis of the car. In fact, it doesn't seem to have any effect on the performance of the cars at all. The cops chase them to a bridge where a metric fuck ton of bullshit is piled onto the existing steaming pile. And frankly, it's more nonsense than I can comfortably contemplate. Somehow they win and all the cops in Rio lose. They have the safe and the bad guys are dead. Suddenly The Rock says, "Ha! You're back on my shit list. You can have a head start, but leave the money." Dude, you're a crook now too. Anyway, utter shit, but something had to go in at number 5.
Amazing. I love it.
Here is the game. I want you to tell me how many gear changes you think there were. Hard stomping, like gear change and acceleration pedal stomp. How many gear changes in Fast 5?
It has to be said, and Ohio and our other American listeners, this is directed at you. You guys seem to have a massive hard-on for changing gear. Like, in the UK, what is it, about 90% of people drive manuals, I guess?
Pretty much everyone passes their test in a manual or a stick shift, as you'd call it in America.
Stick. That's right. I mean, they have such a hard on for it that they're often changing gear in automatic cars.
Yeah. Also, changing gear is like dropping into third at 140 miles an hour.
That's it. Ludacris puts his Jeep in park when he's trying to climb up a bridge at one point, but we'll ignore that. It's not important.
That's just the least of the problems I have with it.
Amazing. Did you sit and count these with a little clicker or something?
No, I went on to the Googles to find out. Someone else has, though.
Okay, so this was Fast 5. Oh, there was a lot of gear changing at the end when they were in their Civics trying to pull that safe. I mean, Charger SRT 8s. Didn't even have 4-wheel drive cars. I mean, they drove in there with a great big 4x4. They probably could have pulled it out with that anyway. I don't know where to start. I don't have a good baseline, so I'm going to say 80. 80. Why not?
Oh, no, you're way too high. It's actually only 20 in this one.
What?
Only 20. But,
Really?
If you imagine sticking all of those back to back, that's an awful lot of gear changing for one
someone's
movie.
done that, surely.
When actually the majority of the action isn't around cars anymore, because by this point, the gang of street racers keeps getting tapped up by Team America to do jobs that they're woefully underqualified to do.
We'll come back to that, Hurst, is obviously incorrect, but there we are.
Yeah, well, it's not really. Basically, everything from 5 onwards is the same film.
In at number 4 for me, Hurst, is the OG Fast and Furious movie. A very different movie to all the others, as viewers pointed out. They're probably not indestructible. Or maybe they were indestructible. They just didn't realize it back then. This one is very much based more on street racing than being spies. Is that what they are now? I'm not really sure. Spies / superheroes is what they are now. But this one came out long ago, Hurst, but still did pretty well at the cinema. It came out in 2001, directed by a guy called Rob Cohen, because he read a magazine article called Racer X and just decided he was going to make a movie about it. He made it for $38 million, and it brought in $207 million, so pretty good going. Won Best On-Screen Team for Vin Diesel and Paul Walker at the 2002 MTV Movie Awards. Wow. And it won Best Action Sequence. Very exciting. But yeah, Brian is an undercover cop. They call him a cop a lot. He's not. He's an FBI agent. And he is undercover trying to discover who's stealing DVD players. Wow. Because,
big stuff the FBI players.
That's right. And he does this by infiltrating the underground scene of street racing in California or LA or wherever they were. Is LA in California or vice versa? I don't know.
LA's in California.
LA is in California. That's what I'm going with. It was a good film. Yeah, but it was a good film. It was like, it wasn't big like all the ones, not all the ones, but it wasn't big like they are now. It was a little small film. It felt pretty indie. There was a lot of gear changes in that one. It's got to be more than 20 when that comes up. It's a solid little film. It's a good start. It's really about Brian. Dom is kind of a background character to some extent. And it also has the toughest man in the universe because he's the guy driving the truck at the end. And he just fights them all off with a stick and a shotgun. And now you can't even do that with nuclear submarines. So this guy, wow, he is just the toughest dude that's ever existed. And they also brought us the you can only drink Corona if you're drinking beer. And it's just nice how kind of little it is, you know.
Yeah, these films were really sponsored by Corona and Snap-on tools, weren't they?
That's really basically, yeah, and Veilside modifications. You had the first quarter-mile race, which took, I think, around 2 minutes, and the cars were doing 160 miles an hour at some point. Not even a Bugatti Veyron could get up that speed in a quarter-mile race. But yeah, good going for Walker and Chums. So yeah, number 4, first Fast and Furious.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only one I didn't rewatch because it was the only one I had already watched. And frankly, I was banging out of time by then because I actually had some other stuff I needed to do. Okay, number 4 for me is Fast and Furious 8 or The Fate of the Furious, depending on where you see it. 2 hours and 16 minutes. So they decided they needed to be over 2 hours at this point. It was utter bollocks, but at least it had a sense of humour. Good stuff from The Rock and Statham and Helen Mirren. So
that's the Oscar-winning Helen Mirren, please.
Yeah, not for this, she wasn't. I don't think any of these films bothered the Oscar panel at all. Anyway, so this one starts off with a race in Cuba over the same old bollocks. Dom wins, even though he's up against the fastest car on the island, whilst his car's made out of sticks and a Coke can. Adding salt to the ridiculous wound, he reverses it over the finish line. Massive sigh. Charlize Theron turns up as a hacker with horrible, grubbly hair and a mystery video.
Oscar award-winning Charlize Theron, please.
Turns up as a hacker with horrible, grubbly hair and a non-Oscar winning performance, and a mystery video that will apparently make Dom fuck over his beloved crew and family. Turns out Dom has a kid with his ex from episode 3, so that's what was on the video. Anyway, meanwhile, in a sign that Fast and Furious is finally realising it can't take itself so seriously whilst being so ridiculous, The Rock is comically teaching little girls soccer. So I was like, okay, now you're not taking yourself so seriously, my hatred has dissipated a little. Then they have to help The Rock under deep cover to steal an EMP using cars. Dom double steals it and buggers off on a plane. Obviously, The Rock is pissed and in jail a little bit. Statham's in jail too and calls him a wanker, which is a nice touch. Then he somehow opens every cell in prison with a cattle prod and causes a riot. So, sure, they sort of escape and join forces with Kurt Russell and the Men in Black. The Rock doesn't like it and calls Statham tea and crumpets eating son of a bitch, which is absolutely classic. Together with the crew, they have to track down Dom and the shampoo-dodging Cypher. It's easy because actually they then show up at Scooby Gang headquarters with stun grenades and fuck the crew up, then steal the God's Eye tech that got stolen in the last movie. To be honest, Men in Black are really careless with their tech. Anyway, The Rock and Statham are now sort of frenemies. Apparently the tech can take over and drive cars. So Moldy Lux does that with half of the cars in New York in order to hijack a motorcade full of nuclear launch codes. Suddenly it's raining cars because everyone in Manhattan keeps their cars in 6th floor apartments. Dom picks up the codes. The crew watch him in their government supercars, and there's a chase across the city. And then they catch him using car harpoons, obviously. And in an unprecedented piece of Fast and Furious history, Dom escapes on foot.
He does, he runs away.
So, that's fun. Skip forward. Dom breaks into a heavily fortified Russian nuclear base using driving and an EMP. Cypher is stealing a nuclear submarine, so the crew try to intercept using driving and hacking. The two ladies have a hack-off whilst Letty fights that guy who always plays special forces in everything, but he never has a line. The one that waxes the end of his moustache like a ringmaster. I fucking love that guy. He always shows up as special forces. Anyway, she fights him. Then the escape chases on ice and is back to standard Fast and Furious bollocks with impossible stunts going on for way too long. Statham and original Hobbs show up in jetpacks. Helen Mirren says it's called the Devil's Bumhole or something, which is another classic line. Love that. Dom gets the all clear that his family is now safe and switches back to the good side. Another series of wildly unrealistic stunts sees the gang surround Dom on the ice to save him from the giant flaming explosion on ice that doesn't melt. Absolute garbage. Statham, The Rock, and Dom are all now friends. Dreadful bollocks interspersed with occasional funny lines. There we go.
Brilliant.
How many gear changes in The Fate of the Furious? Bearing in mind it's about 6 hours long.
I went too high last time, but I feel it is more than 20. I'm going to go 32.
Oh, mate. It's 31. I'll let you have that. That's within a reasonable standard deviation or something.
Yeah.
So, very good. So number 4 is The Fate of the Furious, or Fast and Furious 8.
All right. Excellent.
This might not be coming out on Wednesday. There's going to be a lot to listen
It's fine.
to.
I got this. Fear not. Number 3 for me is The Fate of the Furious, or Fast and Furious 8. So I put it one higher than you, Hurst. But yeah, plenty of fun. The main reason this goes in is a reason you didn't even mention, Hurst, which is the superb scene of Statham rescuing the baby on the plane. He puts the little headphones on the baby so the baby can't hear the violence, and he's just got a little baby chair in one hand and a gun or a bat or a vase or whatever he's nearby, or a person, quite often a person, in the other hand, and he's kicking the shit out of him and chatting to the baby like, you all right? Oh my God, I love that scene. It's brilliant. So yeah. Other than that, Fate of the Furious, yeah, everything you said. Wasn't it great? Oh my God, they got chased by a submarine. It's brilliant. 2017 in April, this one came out, directed by F. Gary Gary. I don't know if you noticed that. Oh no, wait, F. Gary Gray. I can't read my own notes. I prefer F. Gary Gary. This one merely made $1.236 billion at the box office on its $250 million budget, and got the Teen Choice and Saturn nominations for Best Action and Adventure Film and Editing. Woo! It was the biggest box office opening in history and was only overtaken by Avengers Infinity War. So there we are. Good job. Fate of the Furious. What an excellent film.
Yeah.
For all the reasons Hurst described.
Yeah. Sure. I think we've stumbled upon it here that this to me was a whole series of complete nonsense, but based on taking itself seriously and based on a world where physics still exists and it's not a superhero world. And it was only around episode 7 or something that they said, "Oh, I think we might be invincible." It's like, well, that's it. That's your nod to explaining why no one ever dies.
That was Fast 9. They chatted about being invincible. It was Roman.
Problematically, it just takes away any kind of intensity or suspense because, well, it doesn't matter. They can't die.
Some of them died.
No, they didn't.
They came back again quite a bit later, but they still died.
So even when someone does die, you go, they'll be back in like Fast and Furious 17 or something.
Are any of them canonically dead right now?
No, because the whole of Fast X just finished without any kind of explanation. It just stopped.
Yes. Dom's brother is currently dead, as far as we know.
Not.
Jacob. And I'm sad I'm not going to get to talk about Jacob because John Cena was fucking amazing. But yeah, spoilers.
Except he's got a weird walk. I don't know if
it's because he's so fucking big.
When he walked away from the camera, it was had piles or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he waddles, doesn't he? Because I think his leg muscles crash into each other as he walks. I genuinely think that's the problem. Anyway, let's talk about Fast 8. Yes, this is absolutely the one. Dom is now no longer a man, right? He is no longer human at this point. He is very much some form of superhero. They're all pretty much indestructible. Obviously, it's nonsense. But everything now has to be bigger and shinier and faster and more furious and stupider than the film before, and all about loyalty and family. That's it. That's how we're off now, right? Family is some sort of superpower word, and they say family and they become indestructible. Like He-Man says, I have the power, right? And gets real big. These guys say family. It's fucking great. Number 3, Fate of the Furious. Bosh.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't care about what I'm saying. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your version of them. This is brilliant.
For me, number 3. Are we on number 3? We are number 3, aren't we? Yeah, I've done 2 already. Is Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, which is 1 hour, 44 minutes, which is much more reasonable. It's basically young Fast and Furious and still pretty shit, but better than most of them. Ridiculous, but on the Fast and Furious scale, it may be the second least ridiculous. So that's where it's coming at number 3 for me. So here's what happened. A 24-year-old high school kid gets sent to Tokyo to live with his dad because the other option is adult juvie and Japan's the new Australia. Immediately, he breaks the 2 rules his dad sets about not driving and coming home straight after school to go and race cars after school. He forms an unlikely friendship with Han Solo off of the other episodes. And yes, Han Solo.
Yep, genius.
He pisses off a wannabe Yakuza local punk called DJ, the Drift King. Or is it DK? It's DK, isn't it?
Drift King.
Stands for Drift King, yeah. By hitting on his schoolgirl girlfriend. Luckily, she is 22, so it's okay to think she's hot because she really is a specimen. Unfazed by knowing nothing about local gangster hierarchy, he hits on the girl some more and gets whacked about. Han Solo apparently has some side hustles that DK didn't know about, so he straight up smacks him about and then pulls a gun. A big chase ensues, obviously, and they all drive around Tokyo insisting on drifting down the straight roads. Luckily for the bad guys, nobody thinks to drive in a straight line and get away, and ultimately Han Solo gets into a crash, his car explodes, and he is presumably dead. After nearly getting shot outside his front door, Sean decides to man up and face DK's uncle, the big Yakuza boss. He says sorry, then proposes a deal where there is a race, obviously, and the loser leaves town. Naturally, with nothing to gain and everything to lose, the big boss agrees to the terms of this unknown school kid, and instead of killing him and continuing to rule the city. The police have seized all of the good guys' cars, so they pull together an engine and kick-ass Mustang shell that Sean's dad happens to have spare, and a car building montage breaks out. And it turns out the race is going to be on a super dangerous road that only DK can complete.
What? Oh no!
So they drift down this winding mountain. DK uses his carbon fiber Nissan to try and ram the steel American muscle car that somehow isn't torn in half, but he does crash after a while and Sean wins. Shocking. The Yakuza boss says fair dinkum, and Sean becomes the new DK. Vin Diesel turns up for a tiny cameo at the end. I guess sort of like the Karate Kid, loosely. You know. Anyway, how many gear changes in Tokyo Drift?
Oh, they are slapping them gearboxes good. Even in the first race where he's racing for that guy's girlfriend, there's a lot of slapping of gearboxes in automatic cars.
Which she's apparently fine with.
Yeah, well, it was her idea. Right? She was like, why don't you race for me?
I erased so much of this from my memory.
Okay.
Because I watched these all in order, so the further back they are, the less I remember them.
Well, this was actually, of course, the 6th film chronologically, because that's when Han dies in the story, even though they're all using tiny little crappy Nokia phones. And anyway, sorry.
Right, yeah, I remember, like, the American schoolgirl says, yeah, you can have me, whoever wins.
Yes, that's
like,
right, yes.
Slag that she is.
I'm going to say it's slightly more, 35.
It's a good effort. It's actually 40. Then on 40 gear changes this one, so pretty impressive stuff.
God damn. And a little Bow Wow is in it. And you didn't mention his Hulk car. I'm surprised you didn't mention that.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, I didn't really care much about it. If I'd written every detail down, we would never be having dinner tonight.
All right, cool. In at number 2 for me, the already mentioned Fast 5. Ooh, this came out in 2011, so 15 years ago. Don't think about it. Directed by series favourite Justin Lin, of course, and a mere $626 million at the box office off a $125 million budget. Won the Choice Movie Action at the Teen Choice Awards. Yeah, boy. And Critics' Choice nominated it for Best Action Movie and Best Action Adventure Film. Fast 5 is an important one in the franchise's evolution. Fast 4 was still about driving cars, and it was still kind of undergroundy. The one you just mentioned, Tokyo Drift, very much about still driving your cars, although not street racing, drifting, obviously. Fast 5, now it's a heist movie, right? Now it's just Ocean's 11 or Toretto's 11, I guess. And as you well mentioned, The Rock strolls in as Hobbs. He is bald bad man in this movie. Yeah, he's great, obviously, because he's The Rock. It was chosen by a Facebook vote. It was The Rock, as several of the main story beats in Fast and Furious are driven by the fans because they love their fans. And yeah, cars are no longer cars. They are magical, physics-defying things. Like that vault, that weren't moving. Ever. Like, there's no way those two things are dragging that vault out. But the vault chase, you said it was ridiculous. It was obviously brilliant. Like, they're dragging a vault and it's smashing into stuff. They're like, yeah. And one thing that I haven't mentioned yet much about the Fast and Furious is a lot of it in like the Mission Impossible style, a lot of it is practical. They use special effects when things are dangerous. Like, there wouldn't be any people near that fucking vault. But they were pulling a 1-ton vault behind these cars on cables. And sometimes the vault had a little pickup truck inside it, so the vault itself could drive along for it. It was doing some squirrely stuff. But otherwise, they were just tossing this fucking thing into cars and stuff. And there's all sorts of practical effects. The train, when they were pulling things out of the train, they really did that. And then they threw something at a train, and it nearly fell over. Fuck me. Love that. It's just, you wouldn't think that the magnets are real. They're not real magnets. They use cables, but fucking they're tossing shit about. It's great. Anyway. 5's a great one. They steal a vault. They piss off a bad man. It sets up Fast 10 because the bad man's son is all up in Fast 10. And yeah, they get super muscular. Like, this is Toretto is huge. The Rock is huge. Yeah, brilliant. Fast 5.
The hugeness leads to one of my observations I've made. Obviously, one was about the gear changing. Like, bro, he shifted into third.
Whoa! Why isn't he in the correct gear?
His gearbox has gone through the floor. Oh no!
They have to shift gears. Sorry, Ohio.
My other observation that I've written down was that the more tough guy actors they cast, the less they bother with the story. So by Fast X, they have Diesel, Statham, Momoa, Cena, The Rock, and Richardson. The writers just didn't even show up. They just said, yeah, go and watch some 10-year-olds playing Let's Pretend and just make a movie out of that. But cast these massive dudes as the kids. Absolutely bull. And yes, they did a lot of practical stunts, but they also did a lot of nonsense that absolutely is physically impossible, and I mean that in the sense of physics says no.
It does.
But yeah, that's what vexes me so much. So they're pretending that this is based in a world where normal physics applies, but then do stuff that clearly doesn't.
Are they pretending that really? I think they know now that they're being a bit silly.
Yeah, now they do, but they pretended it for so long, and it's like, well, stop calling it Fast and Furious. It's clearly not about street races anymore.
I think the last one they have
Fast X, yes.
Something else to point out about Fast 5, it is the first time that Brian and Letty have a conversation in the entire thing. Like, until that point, they have not spoken to each other. So
I mean, she's dead for a couple of episodes anyway.
She is dead, but it turns out she wasn't dead. Everyone at home, don't worry. She just had amnesia. Wow, what a plot device.
Yeah. Means you never care if anyone dies because you don't believe it.
At least she continued to have amnesia for quite a long time and shot Dom. That was brilliant. Bang. I'm like, fuck you. But there we are.
Yes, excellent. So, number 2 for me is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Interesting.
2 hours and 17 minutes. Not really necessary, but okay. This one had a sense of humour, quality friendly bromance between The Rock and Statham. And apart from still being impossible from almost every angle, this one's actually quite good. Has a bit of an old school Guy Ritchie vibe about it, not just because of Statham, but like the music, the British sense of humour, and that sort of East End attitude. It all works. It's still complete nonsense, but the fact that none of the lead characters are unqualified street racers and are, in fact, instead special forces action hero types, it makes it way less annoying. So, yeah, this one I actually kind of enjoyed. Probably wouldn't watch it again, but if I had to watch it again, I wouldn't be super angry. So this is what happened. Idris Elba is a cyborg called Brixton with a self-driving transformer motorbike.
Yes.
Tries to steal a virus from under MI6's nose, but fails. During the botched virus snatch, Shaw's sister, a British agent, escapes with it and then gets framed by Brixton and his impossible tech overlord company. So she decides the best course of action is not to tell her bosses what happened and put the tech in the hands of the experts, but to keep it and go on the run. Fun cameo. Ryan Reynolds is in it briefly, playing Ryan Reynolds if he was a CIA agent. In order to recapture the virus, the CIA teams shore up with Hobbs. Neither of them are very happy about it, even though they were getting on fine at the end of the previous episode. Brixton's company suddenly sticks Hobbs and Shaw, the three of them, 2 Shaws and a Hobbs, in the most wanted list. So they go to Shaw's secret bunker. Then they go to Russia so they can get the stuff to break into the place that will have the cure to the virus. It's best not to think about it too much. The plot's pretty flimsy, but the film's funny and entertaining. So there's a big shoot-up and a chase in Russia, fighting, driving, explosions, etc. Hobbs and Shaw steal the tech that will cure the virus, but it breaks in all the fuckery, so they head off to Samoa to fix it, this high-tech antivirus machine. Naturally, Brixton's going to come and steal it back, so they do a bit of rustic family fortification whilst Hobbs' brother fixes the highly complicated machine he knows nothing about. Again, probably best to skate over the details there. Family has no guns, but not to worry because they have some spears and axes and a whole lot of moxie. There's a quick island will provide montage as they do a week's work in about 3 hours. The magical island of Samoa is ready to nullify Brixton's army of super high-tech weapons. So the bad guys arrive, cue more fighting, driving, explosions. Night becomes day in about 30 seconds. Bright sunshine turns into a thunderstorm to suit the action. Hobbs and Shaw realise that if they team up, Brixton's brain tech is too slow to stop them both. They beat him down, then spout some cheeseball lines about how they believe in people over tech. Big Brother closes down Brixton, and he's dead. The end. So fun cameos and a sense of humour, and enjoyably, 36 minutes before the first car chase. A reasonable attempt at making a passable film.
What high praise.
How many gear changes in Hobbs and Shaw?
Now, you're right in that it does take a while before they get into cars, but they do spend quite a lot of time in cars in that bit, and then they drive around and jump it onto the truck, and he's in the truck, and then they have the helicopter chase, don't they? So I reckon not as many as Tokyo Drift, but still I'm going to go back to 32.
Actually, only 15 gear changes because it's no longer a driving movie. It's about spies and stuff. So they can drive a bit. They need to remind you, but it's not like they drive a car into space or anything, or out the back of a plane, or
nothing nothing at the front of a plane as well.
Work. Good for them.
Family.
Number 2,
cool.
Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm genuinely intrigued as to how you're going to pick your worst. I cannot wait. Let's do it. Unfortunately, I'm going first, so I have to wait a moment to hear what your worst is, Hurst, but I'll rattle through mine real quick. The worst, clearly, is Too Fast, Too Furious. It's like, what's it doing there? It feels like a cash grab sequel. They didn't put much thought into it. Vin Diesel was like, read the script and went, nah, thanks. So they got Roman in instead, and Roman's been the comic relief forever, and I don't particularly like Roman. I think he's a bit of a weak character. And honestly, they should have just hoofed him out when The Rock arrived. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the title's not great, but it does set up, we're going to give them stupid titles from here on. It's too stupid to feel as grounded as the first movie, and it's nowhere near stupid enough to feel fun. And it's just in the wrong lane, and in the wrong lane. A car pun. It's in the wrong lane, and it just doesn't feel right. It's set in Miami. It's got your hip hop feel, and Tej is there. That's ludicrous with massive hair, which disappears without trace for the rest of the series. That would have been Ja Rule, by the way, from the first movie. Ja Rule was in the first movie, but he wanted too much money to come back, so they gave it to Ludacris instead. And Ja Rule must be quite upset considering how much these movies are making now, and the fact that there are points for all the principal cast. But it's just kind of not interesting, and they only knew about the fact that it's meant to have cars and shouting and vests, and they're like, okay, well, we'll just make the film based around that then. And it's Not very good.
And the acting is absolute bobbins.
Diabolical.
Like, terrible business.
This one made $236 million off a $70 million budget. So double the budget of the first one, but you would literally not know. It's just, yeah. Also nominated for a Razzie, Hurst. Wow. Worst remake or sequel and worst excuse for an actual movie. Not in the this is a bad movie sense, but why have you made this sense?
It sounds better without the justification.
Oh, it does. It didn't win either because the Affleck and Jennifer Lopez movie, Giggly, swept the Razzies that year. But yeah, not a good film and can easily be skipped. And you'll just have to be like, who's this Roman guy? And that's it. Just carry on.
Him and his constant bickering with Tej are annoying. And then they have that really lame fight in Fast 10. Like, considering these guys can take out a squad of 10 special forces each, they start slapping each other around. Like,
let's not forget that Ludacris is a genius hacker.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Okay.
He went from being a mechanic to a genius hacker because...
the Torettos had that little cafe in the first one, that little restaurant that's tuna, no crust. Never mentioned again. No one's working at that cafe now. They're hiding in Rio de Janeiro.
Seems a bit slow and calm for Fast and Furious, doesn't it?
Doesn't really.
Right.
Let's hear it, Hurst.
So, yeah, this was really tough. I mean, when the bar's this low, finding something to fit under it does become quite challenging. But I chose...
There's really no option.
Of course, it was Too Fast, Too Furious, the birthplace of the real nonsense. Even at an hour and 47 minutes, it was at least an hour too long. And how the fuck they managed to keep the franchise going after this turd's an absolute mystery. Or maybe that's when they realised they could just churn out 100 of these and people would just watch whatever boogers and cum they served up. So, this is what happens. A failed cop and his criminal mate call each other bro and change gear a lot to defeat a comically over-the-top bad guy. The action goes straight into a street race because character development's for pussies. The opening crowd scene looks like a Limp Bizkit video, flash mobbed into a Halfords car park. Skinny chicks, tank tops, men name things like Orange Julius, Paul Walker attempting emotions entirely through aggressive squinting and pouting, relentless eye acting. The bridge jump looks like someone gave a 14-year-old some Red Bull and a CGI budget. But having watched the rest of the films, that seems pretty realistic now. Anyway, there is a mid-air overtake and physics immediately resigns. Expectedly, Paul Walker wins. Prize money, $35,000. Damage to cars, approximately double that. Not much in the way of a story, even less in the way of a script. Every sentence ends with bro, man, or car. You're my brother, bro. No, bro, you're my brother. Sponsored by Snap-on Tools and Corona. Utter bollocks. And as we've discussed, the fascination with changing gear is real, and this one is special. So, how many gear changes in Too Fast, Too Furious?
First one didn't have that many. I don't think they're leaning into it that much yet. I'm going to say 22.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, is this the big one?
65.
Oh, wow.
In an hour and 47 minutes, they managed to slam in 65 aggressive gear change pedal stomps.
Amazing. That's a gear change every 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
so bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I did have some notes on that. It has 20 more gear changes than any other Fast and Furious movie. It has more gear changes than The Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, and Fast 5 put together. And it's shorter than all of those. It's so bad. So bad.
All right.
So, I didn't think we were going to end up agreeing on things today, but that is a firm turd, that one.
Oh, yeah. There is no denying that Too Fast is not a good movie. Well, enough about the worst Hurst. Let's hear about the first Hurst.
Right.
That's me, isn't it? I'm so used to you going first, so I get to talk about it. Well, I mean, you know which one I've picked, I'm pretty sure. I have picked Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw because it is, for all the reasons you said, excellent film. It came out in 2019. It was directed by David Leitch, who, John Wick, he directed that as well. This one was just a spin-off, so it didn't make as much as the others. It only made $760.7 million. So that's a shame.
Barely worth making.
I know. For a $200 million budget. So plenty of cash went into it. Plenty of cash came out. It was nominated for Best Action Adventure Film at the Saturn Awards, and Dwayne Johnson won a Kids' Choice Award for their favourite movie actor.
I love all of the awards that you talk about, these things coming from a base. MTV Kids Award.
That's right.
Now 17.
The ones that are voted for by the people, you'll notice, rather than stock critics. Well, yeah, fair. Hobbs and Shaw is great because Hobbs and Shaw are great. They work really well together. Statham and The Rock are really good, and you can tell they fucking like each other, really, unlike The Rock and all the other male co-stars, which is why they had to give him his own movie. But anyway, let's gloss over that. They're up against Idris Elba. He is, as you say, a cyborg with a magical motorbike, and they're helped out by the lovely Vanessa Kirby. And it's just funny as fuck. Statham is just... He's not, it seems unfair to call him low effort because he does, well, not Statham.
Sure.
So Shaw is low effort. He will obviously mess up a fool, and he does it with lots of fisty fighting and quick moves. Whereas the Hulk, I was going to call him, which is about right, Hobbs just throws people through walls and stuff. But other than that, like Hobbs is working out and drinking his protein shake. That breakfast montage was brilliant with The Rock getting up real early in the morning and busting out some weights, and there's Statham just drinking coffee and occasionally punching a bad man. It's brilliant. That's the difference between the two of them. But the whole thing is just brilliant when Statham takes the lift and The Rock is running down a building and Statham's just shrugging at him like, what the fuck are you doing, you moron? It's just really good. I love Hobbs and Shaw, and you have talked about it plenty. Yeah, you're right. They went to Samoa at the end. Well, they actually went to Hawaii at the end, but they pretended it was Samoa. Took away all that tech, Hurst, which is, a key point of all the other movies. But don't worry about that, because now they have sticks and they're going to whack people, and The Rock is going to take on a helicopter and just hold it back with just sheer muscles and anger and do a war dance. Yes. Yeah. Excellent. So there we are. A really good buddy cop film. Hobbs and Shaw, number one.
Yeah, it was quite good fun.
But what do you think is better, Hurst? I'm intrigued. Oh no, you want a fact and an estimated fact first, right?
I'd love to hear about that.
All right, so we meet Hobbs' mum in the movie. It's actually his auntie in real life, and she's Roman Reigns' mum, and Roman Reigns played his brother. He was the other wrestler with the long hair. That little lady that shouted at them, that was The Rock's aunt in real life. And at one point, Idris Elba calls himself Black Superman, but the original line was actually Black James Bond, but Idris wouldn't say that.
Those are good ones. They both seem quite plausible. I think... Oh, you know what? I think it's that second one. Oh, no. But then why would it matter that Superman was black and it wouldn't matter that James Bond was? Or vice versa. No, it's Rock's auntie. Why not?
Ah, right. You were nearly there, Hurst. You were going the right direction, then you veered off down a side street into an alley at the last moment and got it wrong. Idris does indeed say Black Superman. The original line was Black James Bond, but he wouldn't say it because he was in the running to be James Bond. Or potentially it was being talked about he was going to be the next James Bond. So
he's too old to be James Bond now. They need someone younger to get the next few movies out.
Someone younger like me or you, Hurst?
I don't think we're younger than him. Probably. I mean, it's close. Okay, so let's go to my number one. Number one is The Fast and the Furious. 1 hour, 46 minutes, the original film. Let's go straight into what happened. A young undercover law enforcement officer called Johnny Utah infiltrates a tight-knit group of charismatic, thrill-seeking outlaws led by philosophical alpha male Bodhi, who has his own code of right and wrong. As Utah becomes increasingly immersed in the gang's lifestyle, he develops genuine friendships, falls for Bodhi's sister, questions his loyalties, and eventually finds himself torn between duty and admiration for the very people he was sent to bring down. In the end, Utah effectively lets Bodhi escape because he's come to respect him so much. Yeah, Point Break is a classic, a genuine classic, a great movie. And in light of zero competition from the rest of the Fast and Furious franchise, for me, it was a comfortable number one. How many gear changes? In actual Fast and Furious, not Point Break.
Not many, I think is the answer. I don't think there's many at all. Most of them come from that drag race right at the beginning. Otherwise, they're not doing the shift. I reckon it's going to be the lowest one we've discussed because they didn't realize that the Americans got such a boner for driving stick. I do apologize to all our American friends. 15.
Very, very close within standard deviation. Absolutely. Gear change is 16.
Oh, Oh,
very good. 1 out twice is really good, though, considering there were, and I have notes on this, there were 285 across all the franchise.
Oh, shit. So only 16 in the first one is barely.
And I think it was only 15 or so in the one in London, largely because everyone in England isn't impressed by gear changing.
Oh, Furious 6, yeah.
So, would you like a fact and an estimated fact on? I did.
I would.
Sort of across the Fast and Furious franchise.
The whole franchise.
One
okay,
specific,
exciting.
one is generic, but it's not about the first film, which incidentally, I mock it for being an absolute rip-off of Point Break, but if you are going to copy someone's homework, copy The Smart Kid, and Point Break is an absolute classic. So
good show.
Right, so fact. I was not alone in my disdain for the Volt chase in Fast 5. A physicist calculated that, given the car's power and the weight of the Volt, after 15 seconds, they would have only accelerated to about 2.3 miles an hour. The cops could have walked up and arrested them. Fact. Dom says family 74 times across all of the movies.
That feels high. That feels like a high number. The problem I have with the physicist one is those cars can pull jumbo jets as long as it's not a power issue, it's a traction issue that they have. They've got plenty of, but maybe the physicists are just dumbing it down for the idiots who watch Fast and Furious movies and love them and think that nitrous gives you more traction. 72 is so many, Hurst. There's so many.
74.
74. There's only 7.4 per movie, but he doesn't see it that much. It's going to be close. However many times he says it, I reckon it's going to be like around that number, but not that high. I'm going with the Hurst, you're broken me. No, I'm going with the family.
You were so close that you veered off down to an alleyway.
Shit.
No, there were 2 one-ton cars carrying what was a nearly 15-ton Volt, because it was a 10-ton Volt and $100 million. 4,900 kilos, they reckon. And no, they would not have been able to pull it. It doesn't have, they can pull a jumbo jet. It has wheels. It's not effectively an anchor.
They wouldn't have accelerated anyway.
So, yeah.
How many times do you think he does say family?
It's actually a disappointing amount because when I looked it up.
You did look it up. All right, then. Yeah, it is across 13. It's barely 8.
Yeah. The word family spoken 51 times across the first 9 films. So there we have it.
Excellent.
That's it. I'm absolutely exhausted from all of that. But whilst it was misery for me having to watch them, I did enjoy writing scathing reviews of every single one of them. As I say, if our Patreon site allows for it, I will post all of my reviews up there so you can enjoy them.
But before we talk more about our Patreon's Hurst, we find out what we're doing next week. Hopefully you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. I'm a little nervous. It's like, how many more have we got before the end of season break?
Yes, indeed. This is going to be episode 36. So 4 more, Hurst. Let's find out what the first one is. There's the wheel, Hurst. New on the wheel. Top 5 breakfast items. That's come from Adam, brackets, and James. Thanks, Adam and James. Fast and Furious movies came from Ohio. Thank you, Ohio, or maybe not so much if you're Hurst. But here we are. Right. Can you see the wheel, Hurst?
I can see the wheel.
Shall I give it a spin?
Spin, sugar.
Oh, around she goes. Nobody knows, etc., etc. And it's going to be movie villain schemes. That one has been on the wheel for a long time. That is from our friend and ex-colleague, Pete Murgett.
Well done, Pete.
Thanks, Pete. So here we go. Top 5 movie villain schemes. Not really one we can research, this one. I think we just have to figure it out.
I think you just have to know.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Pete. We will do our very best. That's coming in a couple of weeks' time. In the meantime, Hurst, let us not forget to thank our number 1 Patreon, our number 1s.
Yes.
And Hurst will now read out their names in the only choice there is for this week. It is, of course, Vin Diesel welcoming the new members of his family.
Thanks to my family, that is Jazzy and Gaz Chap and Kovac and Ohio on a temporary visa. And who have I forgotten?
Dav Paz.
Oh, yeah, of course. Dav Paz.
We sound more like some late night fucking romance radio show presenter. This is Graham Torrington with Late Night Love.
This one's for all you lovers.
Yes. But anyway, there's a reason we don't do radio. Because we're so fucking good looking. That's why. And it would be a travesty. There you are. Thank you very much to our number ones. They're the ones that cough up £5 a month to hear their names on the Patreon. You want that to be you? Patreon.com/top5faceoff. Come join them in. Or you could just have £1 a month. And what do you get for that, Hurst?
You get to access the Patreon site.
You do.
And there will be some stuff coming up for that. So I'm going to put all of my reviews over there, my film synopses, which will be better than my efforts on the editing. God, I hate the
special Patreon episode, which is nearly there.
It's so close. Yeah, I reckon a couple more sessions of 45 minutes and I'll be done. I'm really slow at it. I find it very difficult. So sorry, everyone, but I will try and find things I can add to the site that will, make up for my shortcomings.
And of course, you also get to put things on the Wheel of Decision. You can think of a thing for us to rank and give you the official world ranking on. Wow. Hurst, I have an important update from the last episode we did. Now, if you remember rankers on the last episode, there was an impromptu tech support moment. And by the end of the episode, my mother had not sent an email, even though I talked her through how to attach a screenshot and send an email. But good news, when I told her about this the day after, she eventually sent the email through. Hurst, do you remember she had to attach a screenshot of a QR code, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to show you my phone. Here it is. There's the screenshot. There's another screenshot. There's another screenshot. There's a look. They're still coming.
Sweet baby Jesus.
This one email has 25 identical screenshots in it.
I don't know if I mentioned it last time or whether I talked to you about it separately, but I've now got a bit of a theory that there is a secret social media platform for pensioner parents, and they are basically all competing to who can make themselves look the stupidest to their kids.
Brilliant.
They say, I had my son working on this for 45 minutes. I sent him 50 screenshots.
While he was recording a podcast.
And I waited 12 hours.
And they're all pissing themselves.
Yeah. I think they're just taking the big out of us on their own secret platform. And when you turn 65, it's like you get a letter from the king now if you turn 100, but you suddenly get like a golden letter or a Hogwarts letter through the post saying, join our social media platform. You too can laugh at the young people who think they're laughing at you.
Oh man, that'd be amazing. Not long to go for us either. A depressingly short amount of time until we get that letter.
No, it's fine. We've got ages.
We've got ages.
Got loads we can do for that.
What else do we say? Hurst. We thank our patrons very much. We've done that. We tell people to buy Hurst's paintings by going to
and I need painting
doghouseart.co.uk.
Although I do have a commission I'm working on at the minute, which is nice. A chap I used to work with.
But if you've got a commission, you wouldn't want Hurst to paint for you. You don't just paint animals, do you? You'll paint fucking anything. You're not proud.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. How about furry stuff? That's good money, apparently.
I can turn my hand to anything. I'm a professional. Even if it takes me 20 hours, I'll get it right.
Excellent. There we are. And doghouseart.co.uk for all your painting needs, or the Instagram at dog.house.art.
Yeah.
All right, good one.
Very good.
You can find us in various places: Facebook, Blue Sky, where else are we? Has Patreon. Just search for Top 5 Face Off. You'll find us. The important bit is you go to the website, top5faceoff.co.uk, and vote for the winner. This is the important bit. And it's not as simple as last time out, I don't think. When you just voted for Squirrell. Now you've got to put some thought into it.
Yeah,
so
exactly. You guys have to go and watch
Fast and Furious hats on.
11 movies.
Vote for Hurst just because you agree that all the movies are bad. That's not what this is about. You need to vote for the correct order of the list.
That's absolutely
important,
right.
Worth saying.
I wouldn't like to think you voted on my list just out of sympathy. I would like to maintain the integrity of the list.
There we go. Other than that, I think we can do a J-turn and reverse this one across the finish line whilst it's on fire, Hurst.
Yeah. Okay,
cool.
Now. Long episode. Right.
Long episode. Yeah, thanks. I've got a day. Thanks for sticking with us, Rankers.
And many thanks to Squirrell for his ability to focus in and turn around editing like that. It's so
careful
tedious.
now. Look, this might come out a day late yet.
Sorry, just cut that bit out.
All right, cool. But yes, thank you for sticking with us, Rankers. Please rewind this podcast for the next people to come along. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for Movie Villain Schemes.
See you later, Rankers. Love you.
Top 5 Face Off is presented by Matt Hurst and Matt Squirrell and produced by Powerstorm Awesomefire Incorporated. For more details and to vote for a winner, visit top5faceoff.co.uk. Thanks for listening.
Top 5 face off. Top 5 face off. Top 5 face off.
Excellent. So if you want a painting of a dead animal, Rankers.
It's an alive animal, but it's dead now.
Yeah,
It's not a picture of a dead animal.
No.
It's a picture of an alive animal that passed away a few years ago.
It's on the floor with its tongue out. This isn't what I wanted, Hurst. Tough shit,
Like
you
little
paid.
flies buzzing.
Yeah, it's just got X's for eyes.
Oh, this just went sideways.
Yeah, that's all good at the end. Cool. Well, enough about the worst Hurst. Let's find out about the who. No. Enough about the who. Fuck. Hobbs and Shaw is great. There go the Christmas jingle bells, which are still hanging on my desk. We will see you in 2 weeks' time for Movie Villain Schemes. We're both doing the fingers thing, and no one can see us.
You can't make a laugh sound without the finger. It doesn't work.
That's true. Yeah, shit.
See you later, Rankers. Love you.
What a fucking chaotic episode this is going to be.
Top 5 face off.